one of the biggest things that for my students was, and I asked them, I said, do you really believe the gospel is real? On paper, they'd say, 1 + 1 = 2. I believe that. But they really didn't see the gospel in action. And luckily, God set it up to where, and kind of another problem was the assumption that all their friends are saved. Sometimes in the church that is there. And there's a girl who had taken pills just a week later, not saved, in the youth group. And I said, you know what, I'm just going to share a little bit of your story. I go, we have a student right here in our very class that is not saved, and none of you even knew that because you're not asking, or it's not at the, it's just you're not thinking about it. And so I said, if you guys don't think the gospel is real, and I just turned to this girl and I said, listen, and I just laid out the gospel, and she accepted right there, and that was a light bulb to the students because they believed when you said, yeah, Jesus died on the cross, but to have someone who's fighting depression and almost wanting to commit suicide, and the gospel is shared, and that light's click, you're like, now they see the power of the gospel, and now it's something that they can see, and it's tangible.
What's the importance of sharing those stories? You know what I mean? Because almost like practicing sharing the gospel in front of believers. You know what I mean? If they're not talking about it with each other, how much harder is it going to be to talk about it with someone who doesn't believe? You know?
Exactly. And the beautiful thing is that her brother then came to Christ after that, and now these kids in this church come to our street outreach, and they are helping to teach these other kids.
That's awesome.
And so they come alongside, and they're going to be teaching that curriculum because they've seen the gospel in their own lives, and so now they want it done in their lives. And then I have it reversed too. I got an awesome story of when we went to Reverse. I brought a kid who unsaved. We were in a program, and he tried to kill me in the office. Like, he was trying to attack a girl, and I pulled him in the office, and he was grabbing pens and kind of holding them. He's a small kid. Like fighting this kid forever. He was mad, and we finally got him to go to church because we had adopted his cousin and presented the gospel, and from reading some, I think an article from Dare to Share, and he actually went up on his own, up to the upper level in the sanctuary, and gave himself to Christ, which was awesome. So then we took him to the Reverse tour, and so when we all went out to eat, we weren't even done eating pizza, and this kid's running around the restaurants, do you know Jesus? Do you know Jesus? And he talks to some lady, and she breaks down in tears. He's coming back with money, donations. I'm he's taking an offer.
He's like, this is what we should go.
But there's that, and so he's a fireball. So now he's coming to, now you have the kid from the street side, he's coming to the suburban church, and he's, igniting them.
That's awesome.
But amongst the youth, there's they're finally getting that there's more than just meeting.
Yes.
And when they're seeing their friends that are going through depression, or they're someone's living in a crack house, or the kids want more, and so there's that tension there that man, this is what's working, and this is what's gonna save my friend. So even though it's new and they're like, oh, I'm so scared, that's what they really want. And when they see that, it's like a bomb going on.
And when they experience it, I think of that Luke 10 passage. Jesus sends them out, lambs among wolves. And one of my favorite parts is verse 17, where it says, and the 72 returned with joy. They're like, it worked. And maybe I don't know how far you can take this, but then verse 21, Jesus kind of gives a teaching, kind of encourages them. Verse 21 says, at that time, Jesus full of joy. How does our going out sending students out not only result in our joy, but joy for Jesus? That's cool.